great Wednesday, April 29th. And here we are recapping the NFL draft. We're talking some preview to the season to see how the teams stack up versus last year. How you guys doing?
Good, good, chilling, enjoying the draft. Draft weekend's always fun. Obviously, I think some of us are a little disappointed with how the Bears went, and but nonetheless, I think it was a good depth draft. But we kind of needed some big holes filled. Pause. And yeah, but pretty solid.
Aldo, what's your take on the draft?
Yeah, meat and potatoes, man. Everyone had to fill out their roster. That's what it felt like. I don't think anyone had like a really outstandingly great draft. Okay, I think there's one. I'm not gonna say it because Lost is gonna get really, really, really excited. But everybody else, I think,
Cowboys.
kind of were,
Oh,
were
the
within the
Cowboys,
same
yeah.
range,
Yeah.
and everybody else was kind of in the same range. I think there was one gigantic loser, and yeah, that's it. I think everyone did pretty well, and it is what it is, and now we're going to the point where I guess we're realizing that the rosters are going to start filling out. We got the second wave of
Yeah.
free agency coming, second wave of cuts, schedule release. So there's a lot down the pipeline, man. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an exciting couple of months.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. So I think for this show we can go. Last year we did like a grade for each team for the draft. I think we can do something similar to this year. But to kick us off, you can follow us at Into the Wild NFL on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Um, really, just I think my take on the draft was the player pool really just did not do it leading up to the draft. There wasn't as much hype, but then the draft itself, one thing that bothered me a lot was like even during the selections, it was like every single person that was presenting wanted to like take their time in the limelight and say, "What up, Pittsburgh? Hey, Pittsburgh!
Yeah. A lot of
Big
people
I
Bill
think
speaking.
McAfee
Carton."
gave the same speech twice, and that was really annoying.
Yeah,
It's like
and I was
everyone
like,
wants their 5 minutes. Bro, get off
literally, and
the
I was like,
stage. Announce the
dude, get
pick.
off the stage. Like, enough is enough. We don't
Yeah.
even, we just want to like hear the pick. Like, I could just go on Twitter and get it spoiled for me. Um,
Mm,
and that's what I ended up doing after for a couple of them
yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Same. I think like day 3,
Um,
day 2, I kind of did a lot.
yeah, day two really bothered me because it was the need for the D line was there for the Bears. All of the players were going,
Yeah.
and then one, I think it was like the one Gabe Yakus was left, and he was two picks before the Patriots came in and sniped him, and then that was it. There's literally none left.
Yeah.
I really think that the Bears were not going to draft a D lineman. I think that their guy was going to be Logan Jones. I don't think that they were going to go
I
and
mean,
try and
I
fill up the
think
line.
because they traded back after Logan Jones, so I think they jumped. They were like, "Forget it, we'll just take Logan Jones, and then we'll just trade back at the 60 pick with whatever." And they sold short because they got less value back on it, but they're just like any value is better than getting no value in return. So they sold like I want to say like 85 cents to the dollar, and we because we're I think we are down like 16 points. We should have gotten like an additional six on that pick.
But it's
But they were
very
just like,
similar
let's
to what
just
happened last year.
let's
Very
yeah
similar.
yeah
Like
because
the
I
need was there
remember
for RB, the need was there for edge. You just let it
yeah
all go, and then you took whatever best
after
player available, and then
after
I
Singleton no, not Singleton, what's his name, same thing last year. Trevion Henderson went to the
yeah.
Pats like right before us. Then we happened with Bashal Tutin. After Tutin got drafted, then we traded back after the fact, and I thought they were in on both of those guys, and yeah, it sucks,
Are
but
you okay with the Bears saying, "Hey, we have a bottom line here. We're not going to surpass that, and we're going to move forward. If we don't get our guy, that's fine. It's not worth it to lose out on picks to trade up 2 or 3 draft picks to
yeah.
possibly get a guy that may or may not contribute." Are you okay with that strategy? I am. I think
um
that shows discipline.
I
That
think
yeah.
for
you
the
have a
20 this
plan. You're
for
not
this
going to
draft,
go
yeah,
overboard.
yeah.
No, but your entire Ben Johnson era, these 2 drafts, is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, they've just won best player available, and it's worked out for them. And yeah, that's fine. But I think
That's
fans
the
just
best
want.
way to keep a good roster. The
Yeah,
best way to keep a good roster is best player available, not
Yeah.
drafting for needs, which is kind of fucking the
Uh,
old thing that you guys like always felt like you needed. If you need a player, a specific type of player, then go pick them up in free agency. Go get a cheap
Yeah.
veteran on a 1-year deal and let talent come to you naturally. Don't
Yeah.
try and overdo it and try and force something to fit. That's like
I
taking a
think
square peg and putting it through a round hole. It's not
Yeah,
possible.
I think the problem with this and last year was that they in the mid rounds they reached for someone that was basically like only a special teams talent, and they kind of like rode that versus like drafting them in the right area. Last year's Ruben
You're
Hippolyte.
misunderstanding. You think it's a
No,
reach because it's not a part of consensus. That's who they feel like will fit their team without trying
yeah,
to trade up or trade back. They got the
but
guy who would fill a need
consensus,
at
sure,
BPA
but
and moved back. Moved on,
consensus,
sorry.
like usually, like when you reach past consensus, like I saw this graph, I forgot who it was, but it's like those players generally do not work out. There's a few obviously that do work out as reaches. Like for instance, Darnell
But
Wright
it's
was a
not
reach.
taking into consideration that they're not drafting for need. When you're taking a player because
Yeah,
you feel like, okay, this is a good talent, they fit into the roster.
yeah,
I'm going to take them. That's different from you saying, "Oh, I really 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 need an offensive tackle." You're not sold
yeah,
on all of the offensive tackles. And guess what? You go out and you draft somebody who possibly needs to kick inside later on.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
like the Will Campbell argument, right? Like,
yeah.
is it an overdraft to draft a guard? Will Campbell was the 8th pick, 9th pick. What was
No,
he?
he was like the
7th
fourth,
pick?
the fourth
No,
pick or something
fourth.
like
Yeah, Will Campbell's fourth.
that.
Fourth pick. That's way worse of a situation than just saying, "Hey,
Yeah,
a guy who was lower down in the consensus board, I went and I reached for him because I felt like I wouldn't have had another opportunity." No, go get your guy. That's totally fine. I feel like
yeah,
if you're not cooking that into the equation, then it sounds a lot worse than it is.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong, I think you guys are ass. But all these guys fit on your roster and you didn't reach.
yeah,
In
yeah,
in the understandable sense, right? Like, because Xavier Thomas in the third, you shouldn't have picked him, but return capability, right? This guy's
yeah.
younger. He's going. Khalif Raymond came in. You guys are probably going to cut him next year.
Yeah, he's
just
only
a
1 year
stopgap.
contract. Yeah,
Oh,
1 year
okay, yeah.
contract.
He's a stopgap. This guy is going to replace him. He's going to learn behind a veteran. He's probably going to have a few reps on offense throughout the year. He might make a big play with the ball in his hands. This guy, even though he should have been drafted in the 6th, he drafted in the 3rd, he's going to have a place on your team. And that's totally okay. That's a lot different from trying to do something that isn't going to actually fit your team.
Yeah.
Imagine if you went out and you drafted – what's the strength on your team? Imagine you go out and imagine if you go out and you grab Garrett Nussmeier in the 3rd. Hey, it's good value. Nussmeier, like he could possibly, he could be there, but he doesn't fit in your roster. It's kind of a redundancy.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you don't need to buy into the whole overdraft narrative, and you don't need to buy into the, I need to draft for need.
Well, like the past 4 or 5 drafts, in the 3rd or 4th, Poles generally goes for like some special team talent. Like obviously, like Torrey Taylor the year before that. What's his name?
That
Ruben
was an
Hippolyte
overdraft.
last year. Yeah, Ruben Hippolyte last year, and then Xavier Thomas.
Daz Newsome.
Daz Newsome was like a 6th round pick. I was okay with that. No, Daz Newsome, was he part of Poles' draft class?
Yeah,
No.
he was a 6th. Oh, he was a Fields draft actually.
Yeah, he wasn't Poles. And then Poles and Velas, obviously Velas in round 3, his first draft.
Yeah.
It's just been, we've seen a lot of this happen before, and I'm kind of like, not feeling it. Not feeling it, like to overdraft on special teams guys. And everyone's saying like, if they have special teams capability, they get put up around 1 round extra. Still, I think that you could have gotten Xavier in the 4th. I don't think anyone was trying to get him, but the fact that you had such a large keeping home.
You had a preference for Brennan Thompson, right? Like at that point.
Yeah. But I think from watching Xavier, like he blocks, he is multi-dimensional. Like Brandon Thompson's just like a hey, gonna run deep type of guy. But he's also a good ball tracker. Like he's gonna take the top of the defense. Like you know that he has like that 4.22 speed. There's a reason why Mike McDaniel wanted him also, so it's like he was the better wide receiver talent, but Xavier is the more multi-dimensional player who can line up in the backfield, the slot, the Z. He can play. He can play special teams, punt return, kick return. So I see the value in him in terms of skill and like the blocking aspect. I'm sure Ben Johnson loves that about him too. The fact that he's a willing blocker. So whereas Brandon Thompson could not be that. Like Xavier Thompson is like 5'11", 190, 200 pounds, versus Brandon Thompson's like 166, 160 soaking wet. So I think for him, he's like, yeah, I need a speed guy, but I'm not gonna draft a guy who can't block, who's gonna be a liability on the perimeter. So
let's take the next 10 minutes. Let's take the next 10 minutes. Let's rapid fire our grades for the entire draft. I will read out the team and the draft class, and then you guys tell me what you think.
Okay.
All right. We'll start. It'll
just their picks, but we'll see.
Do alphabetical order. Arizona Cardinals is going to start us off. So they took Jeremiah Love with the 3 pick. Then in the second, they grabbed the guard out of A&M. I think his name's Chase Bizantis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then they took Carson Beck in the 3rd round. They got Caleb Proctor, who we all really liked. Reggie Virgil, a Texas Red Raider wide receiver. Carson Sherrard, linebacker, Iowa Hawkeyes. And then Jaden Williams, a tackle from the Ole Miss Rebels. What do you guys think of the Cardinals draft?
B. I think Jeremiah Love was the best talent available at the time of their pick. You're putting a lot of money into a running back, but he's a special talent. And I think he'll raise the floor of that offense. Bizantis, obviously they needed interior line help. They got I think OG 3 or 4 with Bizantis. And then with Caleb Proctor, he's obviously unproven. But at that point, you're talking about a 3rd round pick who, needs a couple years to develop. So the fact that they got insurance for Walter Nolan, and then they got a guard, which they needed, and then they got a playmaking running back, I think was solid with their first 3 picks.
So I think we're all B then, right? Across the board?
Yeah.
No, I was going to give them an A, actually.
A, okay.
Yeah, the reason being is at number 1, you went out and you got a top-tier talent. Jeremiah Love was what? Number 1 on our boards? He was our consensus one for this. For this
1 or
group
2.
here.
Yeah.
They went out and they got
Love
him.
and Downs.
Chase Bizantis, very, very good offensive guard. They got him in the 2nd. He's going to start immediately for them. They had problems on the offensive line. Yeah. Everybody was injured, right? Jaden Williams out of Ole Miss, he's pretty solid too. This guy could probably be like their depth play, but he has starting upside, especially with the way that everyone is injured over there. He's pretty good. I wouldn't say that, this guy's like, top 3 talent or top 3 round talent, but this guy is someone who has upside. If he gets enough reps and he's there, he's healthy, this guy could start for you at some point in his career. I think that's pretty solid. Carson Beck has a lot of upside. Yeah, he does stupid things. That's fine. But you're bringing competition into the quarterback room, and you paid a 3rd round pick for it. At the very least, you have something to look forward to. This team, if healthy, is just going to be playing better in general with it. Caleb Proctor, we all loved him. I think that Carson Sherrard and Reggie Virgil are they're not needle movers for me, but I feel like everyone that they drafted has some value to actually provide some sort of value this year. They have the ability to start to be on the field, to have live reps. That's pretty good for a draft that doesn't have a lot of high-end skill players and talents. This was as good as it could get, in my opinion.
Wow. As good as it could get. So you think the Cardinals are one of the best classes in the draft?
Because you couldn't have done worse and you couldn't have done better.
Okay.
Given their situation, that's what they needed to do. That's what they did. So let's
go to
in my mind.
Let's go to the Falcons. Falcons didn't have a 1st round pick because of the trade of James Pierce last year with the Rams. They had Avion Terrell in the 2nd. That just absolutely a steal fell to them so late. a lot later. I think all of our mocks, we had him in the first round.
Yeah.
They got Zach Branch, which is interesting in that offense with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan. And then who did they bring in to play opposite Drake? I can't remember, but Kendall Daniels, Boomer Sooner.
Zach Branch is
then
going to be
the
replacing
only other-
Darnell Mooney. He's going to be playing the Darnell Mooney route. So he's going to be coming in
is he
immediately and starting.
I don't think he's that type of receiver. But let's get
Yeah.
grades real quick.
Would you say Kendall Daniels and who else? They had some
Kendall
pretty
Daniels,
solid
Harold
picks.
Perkins.
Harold
Remember Harold
Perkins.
Perkins was supposed to be
He was like
a
his freshman
top
year, he was
5
like
pick.
Round.
Yeah.
And then Branch and Ontario Thompson. I didn't like.
Solid.
Um,
He was solid. For that, what they
You thought
got,
he was solid?
They had a good, he had a good draft. They had a pretty good draft for not having a first round pick to get what they got. I thought they got like legitimate, like some of the better players in the draft. Kendall Daniels, I wanted on the Bears so badly,
yeah.
but he went to the Falcons early on, and so I thought he would have been the perfect replacement in a Dennis Allen defense. So
This
got
is a B
him.
plus for me.
Yeah, for not having a first, when you consider that, yeah, I think it's pretty. You could do worse. You could do you could be the Jags basically and have that type of draft.
What are you guys giving it?
B plus.
I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a B because I feel like you're not bringing in someone like super high caliber. Like they're not playing high level positions. Like Avion Terrell's gonna be what, cornerback 3?
No,
Maybe.
2.
No, he'll
Maybe
be
the
a
nickel?
2. He'll be 2. He'll
Might
start
be a
opposite
nickel.
his
But
brother for
he'll
sure.
start.
Maybe. Zachariah Branch, he's gonna be wide receiver 2 or 3, at least the
Yeah.
third or fourth receiving option.
I don't know what Zach Branch is in the NFL. I feel like he's just a gadget guy. Like we
He's
never
like-
saw
he
him
might-
break
he
out
might-
as
that might
a
be his
receiver
ceiling.
in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be
Kadarius
his
Toney.
ceiling. Kendall Daniels is their best pick by far, in my opinion.
Or
For-
Perkins.
for
If
the
Perkins
entire-
returns to his freshman form,
Yeah.
he's a baller.
But that's saying something. His freshman
Yeah.
form. Was he 3 years out
Well,
from that?
Let's go
No,
through
but
these a little
injuries.
faster. We got 30 more teams to go through. Baltimore Ravens. They had a good draft. They had a very good draft. They got our guy Vega Aoni in the first round. They got Zion Young in the second round. Jacoby
Mhm.
Lane's questionable pick, but then they still got Elijah Surratt and Matthew Hibner. And then those are the only guys that I really of note. I think it was a solid draft. I give it a B.
Yeah.
They
they
had
replaced Isaiah
like
Likely.
11 picks. That's crazy.
Yeah, they had a ton of picks.
Yeah, they got.
I'm
their
giving
Isaiah
3
Likely.
Bs in a row.
Yeah, I think this is probably like an A minus, man. To
Really?
get Zion in the second round, they got great value in the second round for someone that was like thought to be a first round pick. I didn't think he was.
Yeah.
You know, Zion Young is a good edge setter. I don't think he's doing that, but they got him for the right, for the right part of their defense, like being like the 5 tech, and so yeah,
Jacoby
and I love
Lane
Matthew Hibner.
Has upside as well. Like
Yeah.
you played second fiddle to Makai Lemon, but he could be someone that
He was
when you
okay.
don't have
Yeah.
you lost Isaiah Likely. He's going to be somewhere, on the field for you trying to get open. Mark Andrews is not going to be the same old guy. I don't know
think
what they
Surratt
got
is
with
actually gonna
Rashad
take-
Bateman.
I think
Yeah,
Surratt is going to
Surratt.
take the red
Good.
zone area because I feel like he's a
Yeah.
good big body receiver, and he proved that in
Yeah.
Indiana at least.
Yeah. Made a
So I
little
feel like if you were
I'm
talking
okay with
about
an
what's
A.
the better
That's a good-
receiver pick, I think you like A.
Surratt.
Yeah.
Cool.
Most of it's being carried by Ione
top
and,
2
and
picks.
Zion. Yeah.
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 The Bills went TJ Parker. They landed TJ Parker after trading out of the first round. They got Lase's Boyd Davis and Igbinosun alongside who's starting for the Maxwell Harrison, right? That's a pretty good draft.
Yeah.
Skylar Bell in the 4th, Jalen Kilgore. Oh my gosh, Zane Durant. Yeah, they had a really good draft. That's an A for me.
Yeah. A for me as well too. To get Kilgore in the
Alright.
5th, to get what's his face? Who else did they get? You just mentioned it.
They got Skylar
Zane Durant in
Bell,
the 6th. Skylar Bell,
Zane
solid. Yeah,
Durant.
they had wide receiver. Yeah. Solid
and they
draft.
still
I
got
don't know.
TJ
I mean,
Parker, Davis
I
and
didn't understand
Igbinosun.
the Skylar
Mm.
Bell hype. I know he played at UConn. You're not really going to have too much competition. Don't have the best team around you. He had a good talent. He was great, very talented, but let's see how that translates to the NFL.
Yeah.
I wasn't that high on TJ Parker.
Oh,
I
loved
did
him.
not
wanted the
think.
Bears to get him so badly.
I mean, the senior year just went as terrible as it could have gone.
Yeah, but
So,
for the whole line.
we'll see. I mean, we could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I was just a little worried. Like when you're an edge, you're not relying on much else. Your talent can push you a long way. Like you're not scheme dependent that much
Yeah.
as an edge. Go out, see ball, get ball. So I don't understand why he fell off a cliff. So it makes me nervous. I'm gonna give him a B.
Yeah. All right, B for Buffalo. Carolina Panthers, they got Monroe Freeling, our guy, Wase's guy, Aldo's guy, all of our guys at pick 19 in the first round, Lee Hunter in the second round. Can't have too much D-line. Like, look at that with Derek Brown, Nick Scott, and Princely.
They
now
probably
Lee Hunter
have
as well.
Jalen Phillips. They probably got one of the best defensive lines in football.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Will Lee
Chris
and
Brazell being wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really nasty.
Sam
Heck.
Heck.
Hecht as well. Oh
Yeah.
my
He
god.
was the
Their
center that
offensive
we
line-
actually
A+.
called out.
A+.
They just left. The Cade Mays just left. Sam Heck just joined. Like
Yeah.
they were cooking. They had a good
Yeah.
they had a good draft. I mean, slowly Carolina is building a good team.
Yeah, 1000%.
Does Bryce
Wow.
Young play 1 year?
I
Bryce
think that
Young.
with the upcoming quarterback class, if Bryce Young isn't like number 1 pick material like he was built to be, then you gotta consider moving because they've done everything for him. There's like not a single maybe tight end is like their weakest link on offense, but
A
they
running
have
back.
no Chuba was great last year. Rico was great last year.
No, Rico was
Jonathan
great
Brooks
last
is
year.
gonna-
Chuba did nothing last year.
Chuba,
But you got him a
Chuba-
number 1. You got him a
Yeah.
number 1. Now you got him a. Didn't they get him? Well, they got him Chris Brazel with Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker. They got a good team.
Ted. Yeah,
That
it's a good
McMillan.
offense. They just need
Yeah.
they need a tight end, really.
All right, the Bears, real quick. We talked about it already. What's the grade?
See, probably.
Probably C+ for me.
Yeah, it's a C for me.
I mean, like I wouldn't say that the Bears got players that don't fit their system. They got talent with Dylan Thieneman.
The problem is we just got a bunch of
Jones.
backups. We got a bunch of backups. and
Yeah,
just one
it's all
starter.
depth. It's all depth that you
Yeah.
picked up, but it's cheap depth. And now
Yeah.
when contracts are going to start falling off your books, things could change in a hurry for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have
Uh,
to wait a year or two, but then after that, things could change.
The Bengals, they traded away their first round pick for Dexter Lawrence. They brought in Cassius
On that
Howell, who
alone,
fell.
On that alone, I kind of would have dropped their grade. You're trading away a top 10 pick. They could have had Sonny Styles. They could have had
Yeah,
Caleb
Caleb
Downs.
Downs.
Who was gonna be as good as Dexter Lawrence in the top 10? Like this, if this was
Sure,
last top 10,
sure.
different. This year's top 10 was like really iffy, man. There's not a lot of blue chippers in this year's draft. So
No, but they could have gotten a
I-
blue chipper. They could have gotten, even if they went out and
Maybe.
they drafted Arvil Reese, or if they traded back in the
No.
round to pick up extra picks, they could
Yeah.
have done like the Cowboys traded up. What if they traded up not with
no.
who was it? Who did they trade up with?
The Eagles.
The Eagles?
No, not the Eagles.
What-
No, not the Eagles. To move up, they traded with the
Oh, the Dolphins.
The Saints or
Dolphins.
Dolphins?
There you go. Dolphins.
Yeah, what if the Cowboys
traded with the
made the
Eagles
call
for
to number
11.
10? Hey, let me move up. Let
Yeah,
me
but you're
grab
not getting
Caleb
an
Downs.
I
instant
think
impact
the
player.
Bengals would have drafted Caleb Downs if he fell to them at 10. So
Sure,
that's what I
maybe. But
Yeah.
but then look at this list here. Who are you impressed
Cassius
with?
Howell.
Cassius Howell, like he is a depth player. He's a rotational edge. That's his ceiling.
No,
I think
his
he's just-
ceiling
he's
is higher
high.
than that. His ceiling
He's
is a
higher,
solid
much
speed
higher
rusher.
than
His ceiling.
that. I'm
you're
not saying
talking
he's
about,
gonna be a
his ceiling.
starter, but he's not bad. He
Yeah,
can do worse
I'm
than Cassius
saying
Howell.
he's a rotational edge. That is his ceiling.
I think it's a C.
Who do you have here?
No,
Like,
they had a
Ja'Marr
they had a
Davis,
good day
he's
3.
fine. I
They had a
don't
good day
mind
3,
that at
yeah.
all. Yeah, but day 3 are all like meat and potatoes and developmental picks. Do you think I care about Brian Parker II? Do you think I care about Jack
Yeah,
Andrews?
he's solid. I think he can be a really good center in the league or interior lineman. Brian Parker. I thought the guy was a great pick. Who else do
they
have?
are developmental pieces.
I
That's what
think
they
his
are.
floor is higher. His floor is higher based on where he was drafted. So that's how great, like, why their day 3 was so good to me. Takaria Davis, I want Takaria Davis. He's a good man corner. I think Catchison was solid. Who's your 3rd round pick? Was that Takaria?
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Who was your 4th?
Connor Lew from Auburn.
During the draft to me.
Another guard. Kobe Young
He's a
from
center.
Georgia, the wide receiver.
Okay, that's whatever. Connor Lew is a great pick. Brian Parker. They're rebuilding the interior of the offensive line. I think they're gonna get.
Bro,
good
imagine-
So C's, are we
that
C's across the
you're-
board?
I'm a B
Yeah.
minus. I like their draft a
Yeah,
little bit more. Yeah.
All right. Cleveland Browns. Okay, this is a interesting draft.
is a weird
So
draft, yeah.
they drafted Spencer Fano, then they got Casey and Denzel Boston, which I thought was very, very
you want to do
strange.
the dance for us?
No, that's Lomu.
That's
Caleb
Lomu.
Yeah.
I was confused for a
But
second,
they
my bad.
got Emmanuel McNeil Warren, who we
Great
wanted on
pick.
the Bears at
Yeah.
58.
Yeah.
Austin Barber, who's an okay tackle. Parker Brailsford, who was once supposed to be the best center in the class. Justin Jefferson, also Crimson Tide. And then our boy Taylon Green. This is such a weird draft. It's just
Yeah.
like a roller coaster. Like you have
They
such
brought in
good
a 5th
picks.
QB.
I don't get. To me, it's a C minus because why the hell would you choose Casey over Omar Cooper? That
Oh,
was the biggest
interesting,
shock
okay.
to me. So to me, it was like, yo, Fano. I didn't even think he was better than Lomu. I think Lomu was the right tackle in college, right? And Fano was the left tackle. Fano just really struggled significantly, and like they drafted him in the top 10.
He
Don't
didn't
think he's a left
struggle
tackle in the league.
significantly.
He wasn't.
Fano?
He was. Yeah. Who's the one that struggled? Who's draft stock now?
That was
Who was the left
Lomu.
tackle? Who was the left
That was
tackle?
Lomu.
Lomu.
Okay, so I'm switching them. I always get them confused. Fano and Lomu.
Yeah,
Okay, so they got
Fano's good.
Lomu. Okay, Fano solid then. Okay, then Lomu's the one I'm hating on. Who's the one that has like the? I think it's
Dave?
Lomu that did it.
Fano can play every position on the line. Like if he's not going to work out at right tackle, he'll go somewhere else. Casey Concepcion is great with the ball in his hand. You just got to make sure it sticks when he gets it there.
Yeah.
Denzel Boston, don't understand that. Why do you double tap? It doesn't make sense. Why you
So,
don't even?
I
do
actually
that at
think
that
wide
point,
receiver
but-
to me, I feel like if they had only drafted KC, even though I'm not saying these are great picks, but if they had only drafted KC, I would have said, okay, why would they draft KC over Omar Cooper? But because
Yeah.
they drafted Denzel,
Yeah.
that makes the KC pick better to me. Because he's like only gonna play in the slot, and then you also have your outside guy. Like they're done with Judy. The Judy experiments ran its course.
Yeah.
But Denzel Boston being that guy to me is just a bad pick. I liked Denzel
But
a lot
liked-
last year. But I think you're capping both of their upsides by bringing them both in.
Yeah.
I like the Justin Jefferson pick in the 5th round. I feel like that was one of those. He fell a little bit because the run on linebackers and edge defenders had already happened,
Yeah.
and he was the odd man out there. To get him in the 5th round is pretty good. Emmanuel McNeil Warren at 58.
That's a
when people were
great
projecting him to
pick.
sneak,
Pick, yeah.
to sneak in the
Great
first
pick.
round. Fano, Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston. Like, even though we're not going to they could have gone with a better player. They got talent that is
At
going
positions
to
of need.
contribute to their team at
Yeah.
positions of need. That's an A.
Wow. So Adil's A, I'm B plus, and Wase C minus.
Yeah. No,
All right.
No, he's gonna switch it. He's gonna switch it because he realized
Did I say C minus?
who was Fano
Yeah, you
and
said
which
C
one was
minus.
Lomu.
Yeah, I was gonna switch to C plus, but I'll stick with C minus.
C plus.
No,
You'll
just
stick
go
with
to
C minus?
plus. No.
What do you believe?
I didn't love
No,
it.
he
I
confused
don't
Lomu
think it
and
was. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say C plus. Yeah, that's kind of.
All right, Dallas Cowboys, Caleb Downs
Hey,
in the first round, Malachi Lawrence,
No, do
Jay
your
Sean
little
Barham
thing.
from the Michigan Wolverines, Drew Shelton, Devin Moore, LT Overton,
Anything.
and
My
Anthony
Dallas
Smith.
Cowboys got an A
No, no.
plus in this draft.
Watson, give me the Dakota Rain.
No, that's only when he
Blaster.
like gets like a first down. Like
I think this is
it
an
sounds
A.
No,
better.
I'm not gonna do it this time. I reserve it for specific moments.
It's
Out
A
of
plus.
here,
Any
bro.
less than an A plus is ridiculous. They got two great
A+.
picks in the first round. Dude, it's an A plus.
I don't think it's an A
draft.
plus.
They-
I think
Hey,
it's an A
it's a-
Solid
Why
A.
is it not an A plus? What could they have done better?
because they didn't get any. I thought they were going to come out of here with the third wide receiver, and they didn't have their wide receiver.
You don't need to come.
They
with
needed
third
to
wide
replace
receiver.
Pickens. I
We
thought
got
they could have
GP
gotten-
and they got CD. You don't need anything more than that.
See, dude, George
I
Pickens
mean-
may not sign his.
Ryan Flournoy
He
is
did.
solid.
He did. He signed it
He
today.
did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Caleb Downs,
Um,
great pick. Malachi Lawrence, interesting, but I see it. Jayshon Barham,
Was
that guy's a
solid pick. That's
monster.
a Paul Nora pick.
Monster.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I know you guys are high on Jayshon Barham. I think
You should
Jayshon
be too.
Barham's
Yeah.
ceiling is a rotational pass rusher, situational pass rusher.
He's
He's
also
gonna
has
go
off
in
ball
when they
linebacker
say-
value.
Really good at. He's a cover linebacker.
Off-ball linebacker
He's off
value.
Yeah.
I don't
He
think
played
he's
He
edge
was
gonna-
last
so
year.
Good. I
He
watched
played
him
edge
play.
last year and was still
I
solid.
watched. He was suspended for the first half of the Oklahoma Michigan game that we went to. As soon
Yeah.
as he stepped onto the field, my goodness, you could feel his presence, and he made his presence known. Like his impact was all
Yeah.
over the second half.
He's so good. I wanted him for the Bears also.
I like him
I
a
don't know.
lot.
I feel like Derek Moore was the better player out of the two of them. I felt like Jayshon Barham again. Like they have a guy like that. You have a Justin Houston. You have a
Derek Moore
who
for
else do
the
they have coming up?
Wolverines.
yeah.
Derek Moore is he's not an off-ball linebacker, whereas Jayshon Barham has both off-ball and blitzing ability now too. So
I thought Jay
Barham
was
came in
better.
the third round
thought
pick
he was
also. I
limited.
think they got great value. No. Jayshon Barham's gonna be a solid Mike.
Yeah, he's
Solid,
going.
solid. And they needed that too. So
He's
they
gonna play
addressed the
Mike?
big need.
Wait, you think that Jayshon Barham has the ability to play Mike?
He's not gonna play edge. He's too
He can
small
play
to
Mike.
edge
He
in the league.
played it for Michigan.
Yeah,
Dude,
that and he can
not.
play anywhere.
He was not that level of talent at Mike.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
he
he's not
only-
like a superstar linebacker like a Sonny Styles, but he's really good.
Yeah,
Like,
He's a-
very
he's
I,
Sometimes
one
I
to
think
keep
he's a
in mind.
good player. I just don't think that he's this game record that you guys are saying. He went in the third. Probably would have put him in the fourth. That's okay. Third, fourth. That's fine with me. But the
I-
fact that you guys, this guy's gonna come. I think
I thought the
they drafted
value
him
that
in a
you
crowded
got-
room over there. I didn't think that he's gonna
It's not
be
a
that
crowded
big
room.
of an ad.
Because they're
Um,
switching to a 3-4 linebacking 3-4 system, so he's gonna play like
okay, yeah. Who's their
outside
new DC?
linebacker. I forget what his name is. He's a guy from the Ravens, I think. I forget what his name is. But they play 3-4 now, and so to have a guy like him is perfect because you can line him up anywhere. You can line him up on the
Yep.
inside. You can line him up on the edge.
All
Solid
right,
pick.
so we
Great
have
pick for the
A's
system.
and an A plus.
And
Detroit
obviously
Lions.
Caleb
Otto,
Downs is gonna be great.
the
Then
floor is
we're
yours
going
for the Detroit
alphabetical order.
Lions.
Yeah, Cowboys, and then Detroit, Dallas, Detroit.
Oh, we're going by cities. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, alphabetical. I'll be right back, but you can go.
Yeah, I think this is a solid B. You went
Yeah.
out and you got your starting right tackle. He's going to start from day one. I was relieved that we weren't going to start Larry Borum. That's more
Yeah.
of what it was. I was like, dude, like if there's questions at tackle, like if we were going to get a Monroe Freeling,
Now
and
he's
gonna
just swing.
develop,
Yeah.
and now, solid. Now he's our swing tackle, and I love Larry Borum as a swing tackle. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That is like,
Yeah.
okay, that was a cheap deal. Brad went out, got what he needed to as a new skip. Cool with that. Up until the Blake Miller pick came, I was kind of worried. I was like, oh, damn, Larry Borum might start for us. And I was talking shit to you a couple months ago. I liked the Derek Moore pick because I
Yeah.
felt like the Lions, not at the time, I felt it afterwards because I felt like the Lions invested heavily in a pass rushing mindset this offseason when I was like looking at it holistically. And then furthermore, they went out and they drafted, they signed this undrafted free agent, Eric Hunter, out of
Mhm.
like an HBCU. And apparently he's got a lot of hype to him. He's like one of the
Mhm.
top like linebackers that was available, and people are saying the only reason why he went undrafted is because he was at an HBCU and people couldn't really scout him. So when I look back at the Derek Moore pick, this makes sense because it looks like there's a shift in scheme for the Lions coming defensively. So they're not going to do the collapse and crunch pocket, forcing, QBs to just kind of, get rid of the ball or get out of the pocket. I think what they're going to do is they're going to mix things up a little bit. And the Derek Moore picks makes a little bit more sense because I was thinking more in the realm of Zion Young, Gabe Yakas, because that was the need. That was the fit. You're going to get an edge setter. You're going to get someone who's going to come down, collapse the pocket, and then possibly, get the sack, get the cleanup after Hutch, wreaks havoc. So I liked it in hindsight. The Jimmy Rolder pick, I liked him at Michigan. Did not know if the skill set was going to translate to the NFL because I was just saying, okay, he's good in coverage. He's good like stopping the run, but he's kind of small and he doesn't have the ability to blow up like offensive linemen. Like he can't hit the hole and like eat up a block. That's not his game. Feel like that's what you're looking for with a Will a little bit, trying to have a little bit of both there.
Will's supposed to keep the be clean, and he'll be kept clean by Jack Campbell. So I like Jimmy Roller a lot. I thought he was someone that the Bears highlighted and brought in for a 30 visit. But the Lions got him. Obviously, we play very similar systems too, and so you guys got a solid Will out of him. I don't know how great he's going to be, but I think that at minimum he's going to be a good special teamer.
Yeah, good special teamer. He's going to be the Rodrigo from a couple years back, like 21 or something. Keith Abney. Oh my God, I was talking about him in the pre-draft show. Yeah, and oh my God, I was so happy when we pulled him. I was like, I think I yelled out Keith Abney like to myself. And I was just thinking
we were in the center when that happened.
We were in the center. Wase, we were tutoring kids. Wase comes over and he goes, "There's Dr. Keith Abney." I look at Wase, went, and then I just kept quiet.
I was so salty.
Keith Abney was actually someone who I highlighted beforehand. I thought he fit the system. Yeah. He has inside-outside ability. I feel like the cornerback room is really solid for Detroit after kind of having some questions. That was a great ad. Skylar Gill-Howard was a good ad. I did not even expect for him to be there in the 6th round. I thought he was going to be gone somewhere in the 4th round.
Yeah. I thought he was one of my favorite picks of yours.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was so good.
Dude, he was solid. And guess what? He's a pass rushing specialist too. Yeah. Like this like the Lions are trying to do a little bit more, get a little bit more juice in the pass rushing game. And that's something that we all wanted to see. I didn't expect it to happen. I didn't think the Lions were going to do it. I kept saying, no, the Lions aren't looking for that. You look at all my group chats, all my friends will be like, they had to go out and get a pass rusher. I was like, that's not the defense we play. And now in this offseason, you look, it's just pass rushing that's being brought in. And you think, oh my God, thank God we're finally changing that up a little bit. Because it was frustrating to watch, like a lot of like QBs just having all day to throw. Granted, it kind of worked out as long as we were healthy, but the problem is I think the Lions were just like, we're remaining healthy. We got to make sure that we're doing things kind of out of the box here. Kendrick Law, I felt like I didn't really know about him. He wasn't on my radar. What I was reading was that Kendrick Law is one of the best blocking wide receivers out there. And he's lightning fast. Great yak player. So I think he's just going to be our version of your Xavier Thomas, right? Mm-hmm. Special teamer. He's coming in to replace Khalif Raymond. He's going to be there fielding punts, fielding kicks, and doing as much as he can. So, again, meat and potatoes draft. They got to be happy with him.
Gonna be awesome.
And that's it.
Cool. So you gave them a B. Wase, what'd you give them?
A B also.
I think I'll give them a C+. I just don't think that they... I mean, it's hard because the Lions just really are one of those teams that are injured, right? They were injured last year. They just need to stay healthy. So I think they drafted like a bunch of depth players, but who's going to really make an impact on day one?
Blake Miller.
Yeah, but you drafted Blake Miller instead of Monroe. I was really surprised at that. Yeah.
Well, Blake Miller will make the impact.
But then they wanted a high
Blake
floor
Miller
instead of
will make the impact immediately, and Monroe probably needed a year or two to develop. That was the
Yeah.
only difference I think between the two. Oh no, I'm sorry. The athleticism was the biggest difference between the two, and that Monroe Freeling is off the charts. But
Yeah,
all these guys, I
definitely.
feel like will
Because
have meaningful
Monroe
minutes.
next to Panay would be crazy.
No, they were
Yeah.
moving. I mean, they're tackles, right?
I know,
So-
but having them on either side of the line, both of those
Ah,
guys,
okay, sorry.
like gigantic freaks. All right, Denver Broncos. So they drafted Tyler Onyedem from Texas A&M. They drafted Jonah Coleman, which is very, very eye-opening for any of you RJ Harvey dynasty owners. And Justin Jolly. I mean, Red Murdoch.
I like their draft so much. You have no
Really?
idea. I love their draft. All of my guys that I like, Jonah Coleman, I didn't watch too much of him, but he was definitely like running back number 2 or 3 in this class. But Tyler Onyedem's a guy that I mentioned a couple years ago in a group chat, just because he's like a game-wrecking 3-tech. He obviously did not perform in terms of having great production, but the tape is there in terms of the flashes, in terms of being able to penetrate a hole. I thought the Bears should have been in on him if they could have gotten him, but the was a drafted minority in the third. Number 4 was Jonah Coleman. I think solid running back. We all know RJ Harvey kind of didn't meet expectations for the Broncos. Then you mentioned Justin Jolly.
Enough to get rid of to draft a running back.
Yeah, I think that they don't have patience for that because they have to capitalize. Like their salary cap is going to be insane in a couple of years. But then getting Justin Jolly, who's going to replace Evan Ingram. Justin Jolly is one of the better receiving tight ends in the draft. Like him, Michael Trigg, who's the other Kenyan Sadiq. Those were like the Eli Stores as well too. Those were like the top receiving tight ends, and I think Justin Jolly was tight end 3 for me. And they got great value with him in the 5th, and he's going to replace Evan Ingram. That's why I drafted him in Dynasty. Red Murdoch, great linebacker as well too. So they're going to replace whoever is leaving or going. They're going to replace Dre Greenlaw, the hole left by Dre Greenlaw, and he's going to be a great little linebacker for them. So for what they had, they get an A for me for what they had because I like the players that they drafted.
I think I'll also give them a C+.
Wow.
Just because like I was tapped into the players that they drafted, like I watched them and I liked them as like my guy type of candidates, and so that's why I liked it a lot. I think they did a great job.
Aldo, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like outside of the Jonah Coleman pick, I didn't really. Oh, and the Tyler Onyedem. I feel like Tyler Onyedem is solid player. Watsi had been mentioning him leading up to the draft as well. I thought Jonah Coleman just fits their system, so I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. I think that this is what we were. I think this is the kind of player that's going to slot into like their defense. He's going to be there for like the foreseeable future. I think he's like a 2 contract kind of guy. Jonah Coleman fits their system more than I think RJ Harvey does. I think it's weird for any team to go out and draft running back after running back when you feel like you've got your guy. And it was weird. They picked up RJ Harvey in the 2nd. I guess they just weren't pleased with him. And like even if there's a player that performs well, yeah, his vision sucked. But I mean, the thing is, I don't think it's easy to play for Sean Payton. And if you're out of his favor, he's gonna let you know it. I don't know.
Yeah.
RJ Harvey is literally DeAndre Swift, and the same issues that Swift had, like just being like a boneheaded player in terms of like when he was in open space. RJ Harvey is having the same exact issues, but they're the exact
he was a rookie
players.
though. Like you can build that up.
He's a 24-year-old rookie though, so you got to think about like his ceiling. He's probably already has hit a ceiling, whereas DeAndre Swift was like a 21-year-old. It's a big difference in terms of like what you have in
then why invest that capital
over your lifeline? Maybe they thought that he's 24, he has a higher ceiling, he has a higher floor. I'm sorry, and that they can just get away with it. And I think they just didn't. So Harvey was kind of
Sean Payton rubs me the wrong way.
Him and Ben are the same, man. Him and Ben are the same.
No way. I feel like Sean Payton's way worse because like it looks like Ben is like the type of guy to be like, oh, that's my guy. I got to make sure that I'm watching out for him. Sean Payton's like cutthroat, like. You didn't do exactly
Ben Johnson. I feel like Ben's like the same type of. I'm talking about like in terms of like the offensive philosophy.
Yeah.
They're like he's a baby of Sean Payton, and I think he has that kind of like demand for like excellence too. So they should have very similar desires for players.
So, Otto, what are you giving Denver?
I was giving him I'll give him a C. I know that Watsy is high on Justin Jolly. I didn't cut the tape on Justin Jolly. Jonah Coleman, Tyler Onyedem, I liked them, but then I felt like I don't really know why you go out and you grab Miles Scott. They were all 7th round picks.
Miles Scott is man. They got Miles Scott too from Illinois, right? Damn, bro, they had a great draft.
Miles Scott is a ball hawk, nothing else. He's a big development piece. There's a reason why he went in the 7th.
They don't need that. I know, man, but Miles Scott was solid, man, as a cover safety.
Because that's the only thing you do.
Miles
You can go
Scott's solid.
off. That's it.
Yeah, but like you don't that defense is so swarming. They don't need him to be the cleanup man. Who cares? Get the picks. Yeah, man. A for me. Just a solid A for me for the Broncos. They had a crazy good draft.
All right, let's go. I'll name like 3 names and then you just give me a grade. So Green Bay Packers, Brandon Cisse, Deni Dennis Sutton, Damani Jackson. What do you guys think?
They got DDS.
C.
Really?
DDS was
What?
overrated. Yeah, CC is solid. CC was their best pick.
Oh, they
Obviously,
got
Damani
DDS like
Jackson.
way late.
They got DDS.
Yeah, but DDS is like he's like I think he's probably like going to be considered good value, but for me, like on tape, he doesn't play to the athleticism that he actually has, that he showed at the combine, and like he leaves a lot left to be desired. Yeah. He's like Isaiah Foskey from a couple years ago, who like had good production in college at Notre Dame, but hasn't done anything in the league. So that's my opinion of DDS. Yeah, I got him
now
C,
looking
C
at it, I guess
Jackson, whatever.
is the only guy that I would have like actually even like felt
I don't
like
really rock with
that
any
high
of the
about.
picks.
I don't know. I agree with Wase. Never mind. I'll bump it down. I was gonna say B. Give him a C.
I could be wrong about DDS, but you know, I
F to P.
I don't feel that.
No, I agree with you.
F to P.
DDS is an athletic freak, and he wasn't able to put it together.
Yeah.
Houston Texans. They got Keelan Rutledge in the 1st round, so they got a high-profile guard. Caden McDonald in the 2nd round. My guy Fabechi from the Oklahoma Sooners, and Kamari Ramsey, who we liked out of USC. I think they had a great draft.
That's an A.
Yeah.
I think the Marlon Klein pick is the worst pick that they had, and that could actually bump it down. I'll bump it down to a B+.
That run on so when Marlon Klein got drafted, that's when like that blocking tight end run occurred. I want to say even before that, when Nick
they kicked it off or something.
They kicked it off, and then the Klein kicked it off, and then you saw Sam Roush getting drafted by the Bears, Dalen Bentley. Like you saw all these blocking tight ends go at the same time. So I don't want to blame them for drafting Marlon Klein, but I think that they felt like their blocking tight end, like the one that they wanted, was going to go sooner than they anticipated. Because I felt like Ben would have preferred Marlon Klein over Sam Roush. I like Marlon Klein coming into the draft as well too. So. I all in all, I think solid draft for them. B+.
That's
Keelan Rutledge was kind of a reach.
Rutledge is a reach, but Rutledge is going to be one of the solid players in the NFL.
Yeah. So, and then they got the other offensive lineman. What's his name? Fabechi. Yeah, he might be the center of the future.
Could be.
He might.
I think it's an A- for me.
That's an A. That's an A. Houston Texans putting it together. We were all making fun of them. Kamari Ramsey, I think, great value. Aiden Fisher, great value. I think they did pretty well. They had a few overdrafts. They did pretty well. Even with the overdrafts, they get an A, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the Colts. The Colts got CJ Allen in the 2nd.
Solid.
He's a linebacker that was pretty solid that we liked. Jalen Farmer from the Wildcats. AJ Halsey.
Yeah.
That's basically it. A, really? Damn, you just handing out
for not having your 1st round pick to get CJ Allen, who was thought to be like a 1st round talent, to get AJ Halsey, Jalen Farmer, who I liked a lot, who I wanted the Bears to draft in day 3, but he obviously went earlier. I think they like hit a lot of their needs and got better on defense. I could not hate anything that they did in their draft. They did a pretty good job for what they had.
They got better
For
on
being-
defense for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
you, but I don't know. I just feel like
I'm not moved.
they
I
just
give
had
it
a
a
lot
B.
of needs. Yeah,
Really?
I would give it a
I
C
like it.
actually. CJ
Team.
Allen was their best pick, and then I don't know, kind of after that.
Dion Burks.
No
C+.
first round picks. No first round picks. You gotta understand.
All
AJ
right.
Halsey falling to the third. Wild.
Ooh. The Jacksonville
Oh, AJ
Jaguars.
Halsey? Oh wow. Okay, never mind. No, C+. I'm not gonna give it that much. AJ Halsey solid. C+.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars. The weirdest effing draft. Honestly,
Yeah,
the weirdest draft.
Nate
I want to give him like
Kircher
a.
from the Aggies, Albert Regis,
Yeah.
Emmanuel Pregnon fell so far.
That's
That
the only
was
thing
the
that
best
saved
pick.
their draft.
That's the only draft to pick that up there. Like, yeah,
D plus.
F.
D
move
D
them along.
plus.
They got a lot of depth pieces. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of depth
Yeah.
pieces. They're still an F.
all right.
All right, they're a D. They're a D. My bad. I'll say D.
D. Okay.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of depth.
Kansas City Chiefs.
They brought
the,
in
the
some
Chiefs.
talent.
The Chiefs traded up for Mansour Delane. They got Peter Woods.
Hey.
They got
Hey.
R. Mason Thomas. They got Jaden Kennedy from the Ducks. They got Emmett Johnson. These are all guys that we liked. This is an
Yeah.
A plus for
Yeah.
me. Like they were
Yeah.
able to rebuild this defense with such high end young talent.
I'm just to say A.
Yeah.
A
In our
plus.
first
I have to
mock-
be to the moon.
In our first mock, Peter Woods went number 2 via me.
Oh, really?
I picked him number 2 because I thought the Jets would want to replace him. But I wasn't that high on David Bailey, but that's for another conversation. I liked Emmett Johnson a lot. I even went up and I drafted him in the second round of our dynasty draft.
Yeah.
I felt like he's really going to step up whenever Kenneth Walker goes
Kenneth
down with
Walker.
an injury.
Yeah.
Feel bad for him. I wouldn't want to say that, but it's been consistent that he goes down with an injury. Garrett Nussmeier was my QB. I ain't gonna lie. I know that he's not gonna do anything with Patrick Mahomes there, but if they can like
It's a
flip
good
that
spot
for
for
like
him.
a second round pick 3 years down the line, Garrett Nussmeier, bro,
Maybe.
that's my guy.
Vegas Raiders, Mendoza. Traden Stukes was a weird pick for me in the second. Kieran Crawford.
Why didn't you
He's
like
a good
Stoops?
player.
And then
Who's
Jermon
solid?
McCourt. I just thought that they were gonna go O line because you got Bowers, Genty, Mendoza.
Yeah.
They did. They got Zune, and he's solid.
Yeah, they got Zoom.
Yeah,
later.
Zoom's solid. Yeah. I give him. I
I
give
thought it was a
him.
B.
I think it was an A minus for me. I like Stukes.
because
I
of
like
Mendoza
obviously I
pick?
like Mendoza. I'm not. It's number 1 overall, but yeah, Mendoza's obviously good. Stukes was good. They got great value for a lot of the picks. Like Stukes was
Jermod.
good. Obviously, he's a little bit old. Jermod McQueen.
Oh,
in the fourth round, but he might,
Jermod in the 4th, yeah.
he might be a hit or miss.
Dude, give him an
Who was
A.
your third round pick? Kieran Crawford, solid, one of those last good defensive ends that went in the draft. So I'm gonna give him an A minus.
They got a lot of value. I think that Jermod McCoy, in his best case scenario, would start for the Raiders and play well. They got him in the 4th round.
Yeah, but that's everyone's best case scenario. I think it's not like
No. That was 1B. If Jermon McCoy was healthy, he was probably the best, maybe the second best corner in the draft. They got him in the 4th. There's a difference. That is crazy value. Traden Stukes.
Yeah,
He had first round buzz. He
Yeah.
had the ability to possibly go in the first round. Mendoza,
Yeah,
solid, right?
still
Obviously,
A-minus.
You couldn't have missed with that. Mike Washington.
what are you
was
giving
the
Otto,
pick
an
that
A?
everyone was saying, yeah, that's an A. This is an A. Now that I'm thinking about it, Trey Zune is going to start for them this year. They're gonna move him
maybe.
over to guard. Like he's gonna play. They have Linderbaum. Who do they have on the right? JPJ.
Jackson
Is
Powers
JPJ still
Johnson.
there?
JPJ, yeah.
They're gonna be a
And
surprise
Colton
team.
Miller.
They're gonna win 6 games, 7 games next year.
Sure.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a big difference. And if Jermon McCoy is just okay, that's all right. it was a 4th-round pick. If Jermon McCoy can
Yeah.
just start for them, and he won't be a lockdown corner, but he's like a solid starter, solid quarterback too. That was a good scenario for a 4th-round pick. That was solid.
Yeah.
Good for them. Hey,
All right.
good for the Raiders.
Let's do the Chargers. Mesidor, Slaughter, Brennan Thompson. What do you guys think?
I'll say a B. I think Mesidor obviously very high floor for him. Replaces Khalil Mack when he decides to retire. And obviously gives them for what they need now. They have a legitimate defensive end next to Mack, so that's good for them. Jake Slaughter, I thought was one of the better centers in the draft as well too. They got him, so to fill the need. Brennan Thompson was a straight Mike McDaniel's pick. He got his speed threat, and so just picks that work for their team. Nothing more than that. I don't really have much thought on them after that.
I think.
Yeah, I
that
think it's a B.
I like the fact that they went heavy on offensive line because they had such significant problems.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous that they had all those issues last year, but they quadrupled up on offensive line. Jake Slaughter,
Yeah.
Travis Burke, Logan Taylor, Alex Harkey. These guys are a lot of depth guys at best, but at the very least, they're not
Yeah.
going to be pulling practice squatters. They're going to have people on their roster from day one.
Yeah.
Don't really know much about Genesis Smith.
He's solid.
Felt like they were okay on the back end, so I wasn't really going to be okay. That's fine. Brennan Thompson, that was Wassey's guy there. That's why he was on my
Yeah.
radar. Cut up the tape on him a little bit. Felt like that's pretty good. That's your yak guy. Get the ball in his hands and he can make something happen.
he's not a
Although
yak
he
guy.
wasn't like, dude, he's
too small.
fast.
Yeah, but he's too
He's
small. He's not gonna be the
fast.
yak guy. He's
He's a deep.
a
threat.
field stretcher. Yeah, he's a
he's a
field
deep threat.
stretcher.
But they're also gonna play him behind the line of scrimmage. They're gonna give him the ball.
Maybe, yeah, some
Maybe
screens, maybe.
They're
But he's gonna get
go in
blown
and
up.
outs with him.
At $165, that he's very light for a contact like that.
So
He's
B,
got
Otto?
weight on it. He'll be okay. I was actually gonna say B minus. I was gonna say C plus because Akeem Mesidor.
C plus.
I don't know.
Talk so highly.
I don't know
of them
about
for seeing
Akeem.
minutes.
Listen.
Nah,
I like that they filled the need on the offensive line. I like
Mhm.
that they got some talent, but Akeem Mesidor had injury issues, and on top
Yeah.
of that,
I think he's the oldest rookie ever
He's
drafted in the
25.
first round, or second oldest rookie.
Damn.
Brandon Whedon.
Really?
Brandon Whedon was the first at 28 years old. So
Wow.
yeah. So
The Miami
I'm gonna
Dolphins
give
had-
him a C.
C. Okay. Damn. Third
What
time.
did I say? C
changing
plus?
You said
Yeah,
B
you
minus
keep
to C
changing it.
plus. C.
Wait, what?
Jermad is missing all of.
Did I say A
26,
minus
27.
initially?
You said B minus initially.
Okay, I'm okay with a C plus.
Yeah.
I convinced myself out of it.
Jermad is missing all of 26, 27, right?
Is he?
yeah,
I think he's
Yeah.
getting surgery,
Oh,
right,
most
for his
likely.
knee. Yeah. That's
yeah.
the
He
medical
needs to
that
get
came out.
he needs to get a transplant, like a ligament transplant or something like that, or marrow transplant.
No, I thought that
Miami
was the
Dolphins-
bone plug thing.
Yeah. Miami Dolphins had 12 picks in this draft. They got Caden Proctor. They announced that Caden Proctor is going to play guard at 6'8". Good luck, whoever's going to.
Who was right about that one? I was saying it from the get go. He's not a freaking tackle, and lo and behold, they realize he's not a tackle.
Well,
Chris
he was drafted
Johnson,
by the
who's-
Dolphins, so let's see how that works out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, but
I
he
don't
was
like
never going to
that.
be a tackle.
Jacob Rodriguez was a pretty good pick.
Solid,
Trey
yeah.
Moore is a pretty good pick. The wide receivers I thought were weird. Like I like Chris Bell as like
Chris
just
Bell is a
possession
nice pick.
guy.
Chris
Um,
Bell
but
and Caleb Douglas. Those are
felt-
both nice.
Caleb
picks.
Douglas felt like a reach to me. I thought that was really high for
Yeah,
him.
a
to go
reach, but-
ahead of everyone that he went
But he'll
over.
come in and he'll complement whatever they got going on there now. He's immediately gonna play. Well, no,
I
who's
thought it
your
was a
second
C
round
plus.
pick?
Well, anyone that they draft is gonna
Yeah.
play.
Who's their second round pick?
They got Chris
Oh,
Johnson.
I'm sorry, Jacob Rodriguez.
So Chris, so no, Jacob
Oh, Chris Johnson was
Rodriguez
a
their
first
third.
rounder.
Oh,
My
okay.
God.
Chris-
No,
no,
Jacob
that's not bad.
Rodriguez
I
is
think
the second rounder.
Okay, so Chris Johnson, Jacob Rodriguez, Caden Proctor. That's not a bad. That's you could do worse as a first 3 pick type of situation. So,
So what are you guys giving him?
Honestly, with Chris
A.
Bell on that, and I think I'm gonna give him an A. Yeah, they got a lot
An
of
A.
pieces on a team that's rebuilding. So
Kyle Lewis in the
uh,
4th.
yeah, that
Pittsburgh
was great.
linebacker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Michael
that was
Taffy
Every
in the
they
good.
5th.
12 picks.
Michael Taffy in
Yeah.
the 5th.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay,
Solid,
yeah,
yeah.
12 picks is
A.
crazy.
A.
You're gonna have guys who are
A.
probably not going to be on the roster long term, but
Yes.
Yeah.
solid AF. Still solid. That's an A. You could
That's
have
what
gone
he
the
had
roster
on
longer.
it.
Vikings. The Vikings surprised us by not taking Dylan Thieneman
D.
and drafting
Yeah,
Caleb
and being
Banks.
Caleb Banks.
That was kind of crazy.
They have like a D minus. They're almost an F for me. That's how bad they're.
Yeah, I think it was a garbage draft. I'll give him a D plus.
I think that they lucked into Caleb Tiernan in the 3rd round, playing him as a guard. I think that they'll need him in the interior because they were getting soft and they were getting beat up. That was pretty good. Caleb Banks what is it? Some report came out that he needs another foot surgery or something.
He needs another one?
Yeah, something like
he
that.
he hurt his leg during the combine.
Yeah.
Or no, during his
So
pro day,
they-
something like that.
Yeah.
Combine. Yeah, I remember that. Watching that.
So, Otto, what are you giving it?
Bredesen's a good blocking piece. He was a fullback / tight end for Michigan. Don't really care about Jacoby Thomas. I didn't think that was going to be.
He's probably one of their best
I mean-
value picks. He's probably their best value pick, Jacoby Thomas.
I
They
mean,
got-
maybe
they picked him in
Damon
the third.
Claiborne.
Damon Claiborne, no. I mean, whatever, maybe. But he's also an old.
Damon.
Yeah.
He's also an older running back rookie.
Yeah, this is
Maybe,
an
who
actually
knows?
terrible draft.
I thought
Yeah.
Jake Golday was terrible. I thought I don't know what
Yeah.
what went into that pick. I thought that was freaking ridiculous.
Scheme fit.
I
He's a
did not think
blitzing. He's a
that he-
blitzing linebacker. Jake Goldie is solid, actually. Y'all are hating on Jake Goldie like that's kind of crazy.
Nah, I
Low
don't
key, I think
understand.
he could have been.
You're gonna have a
No, he's
blitzing
good.
linebacker come in. You're gonna draft him in the 2nd round. That's the only thing he can do. One trick pony.
No,
And
but like
he's gonna be a sub package.
no.
He's gonna be out there on sub
No,
sub
no, no.
packages.
No, stop it. No, hold on. Let me see what I wrote about him. I know I wrote about him.
Aldo, what's your grade?
D.
Damn.
They got a D.
All right, we're
If
moving
Caleb
on. We're
Banks
not
was
talking this
healthy,
much
I would have
about
given him a
Caleb
C.
Class. I think he will be. I think he'll. I mean, he still has the potential to be a stud. I liked him for the Bears at 25. New England Patriots. They got Caleb Lomo in the 1st. Gabe
All right,
Jackus
Wasi, you're gonna do the
stole
dance now, right?
from the from the Bears. Demetrius Crownover. I thought that was a pretty good pick. Quintavious Hutchins from the freaking BC Eagles. This is such a. It doesn't move me. I'm a C.
BC.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean,
BC boys, BC boys.
Yakis is probably their best pick. Yeah, same. I think I'm gonna give him a C. Nothing crazy. Nothing that moved me. either.
Really? I like Eli Reardon. I like Yakis. I like Lomu. They're all gonna play. They're all gonna contribute meaningful minutes.
Yeah, I don't think they're needle movers though. I don't think any of them are needle movers. Yakis might be.
Yakis, Reardon might be. Depending. It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
What are you giving it, Aldo?
B. B minus.
Okay.
Let's say B minus. Because I didn't like their late round picks. Did not understand it.
All right, New Orleans Saints. Shout out
I like your
to
drafts.
Imrosa Patel in the chat right now.
Mhm.
Pistons survive. Congrats.
Why is
New Orleans
Rosa watching the Pistons and not the Bulls?
Jordan Tyson at 8. Christian
Like
Miller,
it.
Oscar Delp. I think they had a great draft.
Great draft. Yeah,
Um,
they had a nice draft.
I think it's a B plus
What was there? They picked up another wide receiver, I think, also.
or A minus. They got
Uh,
Bryce Lane.
Lance.
Bryce Lance. Yeah,
Trey
They
Lance's
had a-
brother. And then Barry
had a
and
really good
Brown.
draft.
Remember that guy who was really good?
Yeah.
I think his freshman
That
year at
was-
LSU. I think it's an
yeah.
A minus.
Yeah, same. They had a good draft.
Kristen Miller, Jordan Tyson, Oscar Delp, solid. Jeremiah Wright. I thought that I was actually thinking that he had a little bit of upside. Obviously, like he wasn't going to be a top 5, top 6 guard in this draft, but pick him up in the 4th. That's good value. That's solid right there. A little bit of upside. Yeah, dude, that's an A. Jordan Tyson, Christian Miller, Oscar Delp,
Yeah,
back to back.
A
The
minus.
best
at least.
receiver in the class.
Yeah.
All right, New York Giants. man, did they luck into some nice picks. Arvell Reese, Francis Mauigoa, Colton Hood. I thought they could have gotten a better wide receiver to pair
Malachi
with
Fields?
like to pair with the Mooney and Neighbors combo. Malachi Fields, but JC Davis, as late as they got him,
In the 6th.
Did they really
Yeah.
need him though? They're
He's
guy.
a swing
solid. He's a
tackle.
solid
He's
tackle.
depth, and he has upside to start.
I mean, I don't. So
Not
I was
really
talking to
Aaron
Adil about
Thomas.
this a little earlier today. I don't think I believe in Jackson Dart the player, even though I believe in everything that has nothing to do with him playing football. But dude, they're setting him up with a very, very nice foundation.
Yeah.
It's an
Couldn't
A
ask
for
for
me.
more. Maybe it needs a better like an alpha running back, and then maybe like another second running back wide receiver to Neighbors. But they're starting to look good. Who's their tight end? I think didn't they get any tight
Likely.
ends recently? Isaiah Likely.
Isaiah
Yeah.
Likely.
Yeah.
Likely.
Solid, man. They had a good foundation for him.
What do you
Arvo
guys
Reese,
think?
I just felt like as a developmental player, he's not going to be big impact in his
Yeah,
rookie
I
He
year.
don't
doesn't have
really
to
love
be.
Arvell
He
Reese.
doesn't look at with that defense.
He doesn't
that
have
front
to,
seven.
sure,
He does
sure.
not
He
have
doesn't
to be.
have to be. Yeah, that is
So
true.
that's also why I thought it was a weird pick because
I
you
didn't
have-
think that the Giants were as bad as they were.
Yeah, Abdul Carter. they got
Last
Kayvon
year, their
Thibodeau,
record was more so because they were in flux.
yeah.
Brian Burns. Goddamn, they have a lot of.
Yeah,
defensive
I
ends.
agree with Yusuf in the chat. The Giants had a great draft, but I thought they needed Downs. If they had Downs, I thought it
Yeah.
would have been a home run.
Downs instead
That's
of
what's
Reese,
keeping-
I would have given him the best grade in the draft.
Yeah,
If you go Downs, Mauigoa, Hood,
Yeah.
oh my God, their team
Yeah.
is stacked.
what are you guys giving
I
him?
don't know. Hey,
A.
B.
B.
The
Okay.
Arvell Reese.
Cowboys
pick
fan
kind of
can't
like-
give Giants an A.
So the New York Jets had a weird draft. David Bailey I thought was a solid pick.
I actually
at
liked it.
2.
Really?
Kenyon
Uh,
Sadiq and
oh yeah,
then
we
Omar
had this
Cooper
argument in the chat. That's
and
what
then
it
D'Angelo
was.
Pounds.
They had a good solid draft, man.
Yeah, they had
I
a good
just
draft.
thought that's such a waste of 2 picks. That's such a waste
What?
of back-to-back picks.
Sadiq and Omar Cooper, nah.
Yeah, dude. Like you
there's-
don't
yeah.
need that. That's not.
You're
need.
setting-
You have
you're
Mason
setting-
Taylor,
Their
you
offense
have
is going
Garrett
to be
Wilson.
You're
good.
setting up your rookie quarterback next year to be great. You're fine. You've done a great job. You got a second
Dude.
fiddle to Garrett Wilson. You got a tight. You have 2 tight ends now. You got a running back in Brees Hall. Didn't they draft another running
You
back?
need to revamp your defense. They didn't draft
Defense.
running back.
Listen,
defense.
Their defense, okay, I get what you're saying, but you go out and you
They had
grab.
no
They got
picks,
Bailey.
no interceptions.
I'm not.
They
I'm not the
got
biggest
David
fan of
Bailey.
Bailey,
No
but he's going to make an
interceptions.
immediate impact.
They got Pons.
No, I like the
David
Bailey.
Bailey's
I
gonna
like
have
the
an
Bailey pick. I have no.
Bailey's
gripes
gonna
with
have an
the
immediate
Bailey pick.
impact. He was
I
the
have
best.
no
he was the
gripes
best
with
edge in the
Bailey
draft.
pick. Yeah, I have
He was the
no
best
gripes
edge in
with
the
Bailey
draft.
pick.
D'Angelo Pons, feisty nickelback. Who else did they get? Go down the list. They had a pretty good draft. man. I liked it a
Daryl
lot.
Jackson, Cade Klubnik,
Daryl
Amari
Jackson,
Cooper.
okay.
VJ Payne.
Whatever. VJ Payne,
VJ
solid.
Payne.
I wanted VJ Payne so badly, dude.
In the
They
seventh
did.
round, they
They,
picked him up.
and then they have 3. They have 3 first-round picks in 2027. 3.
Yeah, but we're not talking about 2027. We're talking about 2026.
No, but we're talking about you gotta for the Jets and these types of teams. You got to look back at it from like a bird's eye view and be like, okay, they have a good offensive line. They got weapons.
You're
for-
giving it an
They
A.
got
We're good at
weapons.
looking back at it.
Yes, a for sure. I love Omar Cooper. I love
Hey.
Kenyon Sadiq. I
think
love.
it's a
I like
B-
the David
A
Bailey
for
pick.
Adil.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I
That is
just don't
crazy.
like that way,
Nah.
like that use of resources, especially when
Dude,
you have 3 you
in
have 3
this
first
draft-
rounders next year.
Wait, hold on. Let's
In
let's
this
bring up
draft-
the entire. Let's bring up the chat.
They had 3
The-
first-round
the
picks this year.
conversation of the Jets. The Jets.
I know, but I'm
the
saying
Jets
like you have
built,
3. Like
they're
think about
building
who's
their
gonna
trenches.
be in the draft next year. Like, you
Wait, the
can
Jets
get a
built their
much
trenches.
better wide
They
receiver.
have, but they have
You can-
3
no.
first-round picks next
You
year.
can.
Even if they want to, the Jets could sell off Garrett Wilson this offseason, get another wide receiver with their first pick, and then still be in a position to make 2 more picks next year in the first
Yeah, yeah.
round.
I mean, yeah, but
The
I'm not talking
Jets
about. I'm
is-
not,
the Jets'
Mixed with
trenches
2
are actually
second-round
pretty
picks.
good.
They could do next year.
The
Mixed with 2
Jets'
second-round
trenches
picks.
are actually pretty good. You have David Bailey out there now, right? Obviously, they sold Quinnen Williams, and they don't have they still have Will McDonald, right? Or did they sell on Will McDonald?
No, they
as
sold
well?
him.
They still have-
No,
they-
they
No, they still have him. They still have him and Jermaine
They
Johnson.
sold Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, yeah.
Did they do no? I think Jermaine Johnson's still on the team.
No, Salah got Jermaine Johnson. Remember?
Oh,
Or was it
okay.
Will McDonald? Salah got one of them. I thought it was
Maybe
Jermaine
Jermaine
Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Here's who
Who'd the
here's
Titans
who you
get?
have. You have Will McDonald, David Bailey.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
the
Tavondre Sweat in
Titans.
the middle.
Yeah, that was a trade.
They have Mozzie Smith as well. Daryl Jackson Jr. Their defensive line is not bad. Their offense is gonna be revamped now. They have a decent
Bro, if they
quarterback
get-
now. They're gonna have a solid offensive line. They have weapons on weapons on weapons, and they still have 3 first-round picks in next year's draft.
I'm
And
not
they-
saying
they-
they're not in a bad spot for next year's draft. I'm just saying like going
They're in a great
Sadiq,
spot.
then Cooper.
Who should they have gone?
They could have gotten him EMW. They could have gone corner. They could have done so much stuff. Could have gone linebacker.
They might go Leonard Moore next year and then get Arch Manning and then get a defensive pass rusher. They're fine, man. They can in a
Like, what if
better
Cam
in a better
Coleman's
class.
there?
Who cares? You'll have a chance at another wide receiver in the second round. That's how deep next year's draft is going to be. Forget it.
Yeah, you will.
They did a great job. They did a great job.
All
And
right,
I think Omar
Eagles.
Cooper is going to be like Richie Rice.
Eagles. They went.
Are we going to
Kai
include
Lemons,
the
Bowers.
pick, the trade for the trading 2 third-rounders for the Vikings pass rusher? What was his name?
Jonathan Grenard. Yeah, I guess
Jonathan Grenard. Are we including that
Sure.
within this grade?
Sure.
Sure.
They use draft
Um,
capital, so
Lemons,
I thought it was a solid
Stowers,
draft. I
Cole
think it's a B
Payton.
plus.
the Eagles generally draft to consensus boards and they do well, so it's worked out for them.
B plus.
B.
B
Fuck the
minus.
Eagles.
All
B
right,
minus.
good
I'm not
spread.
really a big fan of Marco Bell. I think he's
I
really,
like
really
Marco Bell.
soft. I didn't think that he was going to be.
No,
able to
why is he
actually win
soft?
this league. Bro, he got
The Senior Bowl
kicked out
one?
in the Senior Bowl.
No,
yeah.
that's like one rep. out of
no.
multiple.
He was beaten
The
a
Derek
lot
Moore-
of times.
My dude, he literally played the week before in the national championship game and then still came to the Senior Bowl. He shouldn't have done that, but he's fine.
Yeah,
You're
that's
tripping.
fine.
I like Marco Bell a lot.
Nah, I
No,
mean
he's not bad.
he's a little
You're wrong.
soft.
I don't know what to tell you.
what you're saying.
No, you're wrong. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, he had like a 5th round grade on.
I
him.
can
don't
say that
know
you're
what-
wrong. I don't.
As a
I know,
tackle,
but,
he had
like,
a
so
5th round grade.
Doesn't matter. I'm saying like.
What do you mean doesn't
despite
matter?
that, you're using the one clip from the Senior Bowl, meaning that that's all you watch about him, and that's what you're judging about him.
No,
being soft. Get
no,
outta here.
because even oh my god, you
He's
are
not
talking
soft.
about-
He's not
Isn't it?
soft.
I
Out
thought it
of
was Ian
all the
Aptor.
you talk. No,
Ian
Ian
Aptor?
Aptor is
No.
no.
Didn't he get
that
run
was
at the
that was
Senior Bowl?
No, that was Markel Bell.
Is Markel Bell? Oh.
Yeah, and Ian Nacho was solid in Senior Bowl. He was really good. Darnell Wright, literally, or Darnell Light, I should say, was a play on.
Let's do Pittsburgh.
wait,
So
wait,
they got
wait,
Max.
hold on a
yeah,
second.
not-
Hold
Yeah,
on a
Max
second.
and Ian
Makai Lemon, I feel like I don't know what's going on with the Makai Lemon pick. He was supposed to be a guy over the middle. He was going to get open, get some yak, right? Jalen Hurts can't find guys over the middle. Why do you go out and you
Where?
also draft Cole Payton?
Yeah,
Why?
Just
Why?
wanted the
Why
white-
did this
They
happen?
wanted the
Son,
white.
Tanner
They wanted
McGee.
the white version of him.
Yeah, I don't know. Pittsburgh, Maxi Iheanacho, Jeremy Bernard, Drew Aller, Jennings Dunker.
Solid.
That's all right. I'll give it a B.
B plus. Solid. 4 straight
I
solid
think
picks.
that's
I
a
couldn't find anything wrong
B.
with that.
Yeah, I mean,
B.
what's crazy is that they were looking to draft Makai Lemon before the Eagles traded up and
He's on the
them
phone
from
with
underneath
them.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
the phone with them.
Unbelievable that they even. Honestly, that's on the Steelers for like doing that. Like, why would you call a guy
Calling so
before you're on the
early.
clock?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is crazy, crazy work. I
Um,
feel like as far as the Steelers are concerned, you know, they went ahead and they had a solid draft, even though they didn't get the guys that they wanted at the end of the day. Not that they blew anything away. Ian Otter is a developmental pick. Jeremy Bernard is going to be your wide receiver 3. Drew Aller, you guys know I hate him. Jennings Dunker, he's going to be a solid addition to the line, but he's not going to start immediately. Riley Nowakowski,
no, he
good
might.
blocking tight end. He might. Fair.
Because they lost their left guard. You know, he's probably gonna start. He's good. had a good
Heidenreich.
draft.
Heidenreich's a good upside pick. Everyone likes Heidenreich.
they
Everyone
do.
wants to see him win. But these are all. Are you thinking of the WWE guy? Heidenreich.
Heidenreich. His song.
I hate that.
Wonder if they're
No, I
related.
hated it. Huh?
I wonder.
Are they?
related. I
Wonder.
wonder. I don't know any
Yeah.
Heidenreichs.
Developmental central for the Steelers. That's a C for me.
Yeah.
C plus.
Ooh, C,
We're giving them
okay.
C plus.
That's trippy.
49ers. 49ers had a
Weird
D.
draft.
Dezon Stribling, Romello Height, Kalen Black, Grayson Halton was the one that I wanted. Remember our guy, Ephesians Prysock that we talked about last show?
That's not too
Like-
bad of a pick. My only
Yeah.
problem is they have the Dijon Stribling pick, and
That's
you
such a
can
bad
tell
pick
that
to
they
me.
that they
Yeah.
didn't
Such
even-
a bad
they weren't
pick.
even all on board. Shanahan's pissed.
Such a
I
bad
don't
pick.
Was Shanahan pissed?
Yeah, Shanahan was
his,
pissed.
he was just like kind of looking around like what's happening here.
Damn.
Romello Height, he's okay when he's not like the first or second fiddle. I thought Kalen Black kind of was an overdraft in the third round. What the hell were they doing? Grayson Allen
Yeah.
solid.
They had a
Between
lot of
C minus and a
overdrafts.
D plus.
D plus for me.
I'll go D
C.
plus as well.
C minus.
C minus. All right, the Seahawks drafted Jadarian Price in the first round. Well, we saw what that
So did
did last
Uzi.
Saturday. Last Sunday. Shout out
we're
Uzi.
not gonna we're not blowing past this. Wase traded up into the third round to draft Dijon Stribling, celebrated on his own, and then he's right here. He's dunking on the 49ers for drafting him. So Wase, you need to answer.
I
for
got him.
yourself.
I got
You
Deshaun
got him when they were trading
Stribling
up,
in
too.
the third round when he was drafted super high. So it's like it's a lottery pick for me. So I traded from 310 to 305. That's
What
like
did you give up?
not
What
bad
did
at
you
all.
give up?
a 2028 fourth, I think, or a 2027 fourth or something like that. I forgot what I gave up.
Damn.
Nothing. I gave
2027 draft?
pennies. I give pennies.
Yeah.
And then, does
so
anyone want to set the scene on the draft from this Saturday?
I want
this
to. I want to
Sunday?
go into it. I want to go into it.
Alright,
Let's go into
go
it after
ahead.
this. Let's get through these. So Dejarian Price, Julian Neal, Bo Stevens. Real quick, Seahawks. I think it's a C.
C minus.
I liked it. I
Maybe
think it was
even a D.
minus.
C minus. You said a B minus.
C minus.
B minus, I said.
B minus. All right.
And Wasi said
Okay.
C minus. I think Price is a solid replacement in a committee. Like
Yeah, but he's not gonna be in a committee because Charbonnet
You
is
get
hurt.
drafted. Yeah.
so he's gonna
and
start.
Yeah, he's gonna start, and he's not gonna be good. It's gonna be bad.
I
Alright.
like Bud Clark.
Bud Clark was
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. He's a good
safety,
pick.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tampa Bay. I think this might be the biggest steal of the draft. Ruben Bain at
Yeah.
15.
Oh, give him an
They had a
A.
good draft.
My
Yeah.
goodness gracious. Ted Hurst, Josiah Trotter. I didn't think they needed Ted Hurst. But then they
Keontae
got
Scott.
Keontae Scott, who we all liked a lot.
Yeah. A.
This is an
That's an
A.
A.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Good for the
across
Bucks.
the board.
They could have messed it up.
Like
They could've
Jason
messed
Licht
that
is
up.
one of the top 5 GMs in the league.
Yeah. Tennessee
Literally one
Titans. So they went with Cardinal Tate at 4. Then they got Keldrick Falk drop all the way down
To 31, yeah.
to 31. They got Anthony Hill. I actually like this draft. Jaron Kandick, Nick Singleton. I'll give it a B.
I like
B
it. Pat Cooper's
minus.
there too. B minus B. I thought B.
B
I like
minus.
Cardinal Tate a lot.
B.
I like Cardinal Tate. I didn't like
Alright,
Keldrick Falk.
and
I like Cardinal Tate.
The last team, the Washington Commanders, Sonny Styles, Antonio Williams, Joshua Josephs, Katron
No,
Allen.
that's not the last team.
Yeah, it is.
We haven't done the
Who's
Bears.
this team?
We did the
Oh, we
Bears.
did do the Bears.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I thought that we. All right, I don't even remember the grade I gave you.
Yeah. You gave a C.
Okay, nice. That's pretty nice
Um,
for me. A C. I
Uh,
feel nice.
the
I guess.
Commanders.
Oh, this
I don't know
this
what
is
they
solid
drafted.
value everywhere. Sonny
I think it's
Styles
a
at
B plus.
7. Antonio Williams at 71. Josh Josephs at 147. I like Josh Josephs. I thought he was a possible second round pick. Katron Allen, good upside there. Wasn't really impressed. But
B plus.
Matt Gublin.
You said
or
what?
Gulbin.
B plus.
B plus. Okay,
B
yeah.
plus.
B plus.
I
for you,
like the
Aldo?
first 3 picks. I like the first 3 picks. So I'm just gonna give him a B.
You got good value.
I don't know what
You got
happened at
value.
the
I don't think
end.
they nailed it. But the guy got value.
All right, let me
Yeah.
see if I can pull this up on my laptop.
I got it up. Do you want to see it?
Okay, hold on. Let me set the stage. All right, here we go. So that's our NFL draft grades. Now we're going to talk about our fantasy dynasty football draft that we do every year. We do it as soon as the draft ends. So we do it the Sunday after the NFL draft. We've done it for 2 years now. And yeah. Okay. We've done it for 2 years now. And this draft, we had a lot of trades in the first round. So the trade that set up the entire draft was I had the 102 and I baited Uzi into thinking that I was taking Mendoza at the 102. So I baited him into giving me Chase Brown for the 102. So it was the 102 and the 110 for Chase Brown and the 105. I really wanted Jordan Tyson. The entire time I really wanted Jordan Tyson, and all of the boards were showing that Jordan Tyson was falling as the third receiver. So I was like, I'm going to get Jordan Tyson and call it a day. I cannot tell you after the first round went, how freaking nervous I was that I would have to end up with Mekhi Lemon because I already had Devontae Smith
The
on
first
my team.
pick, you mean?
No, the number 5 pick. Because I was like, if I have to end up with Mekhi Lemon, I'll have to trade out of it or I'll have to do something. But anyways, the entire time, the entire trade was predicated on the fact that Uzi was taking Fernando Mendoza, right? No ifs, ands, or buts. It was happening. Obviously, Wase was taking Jeremiah Love with the first pick. And then, Adil, if you have, if you could share your screen and show exactly what happened, I get a text from Uzi saying that he was thinking about taking somebody else instead of Jadarian or Fernando Mendoza. And he actually went and took Jadarian Price with the second pick in the draft.
It was literally a Bo Callahan moment. Like,
Literally.
He overthought it. He was eating his pancakes in the morning. No, sorry, Nadeem was eating his pancakes in the morning, and Uzi had just knocked up his what is it, the salary cap girl, and just was like, nah, Darian Price, no matter what, set the pick in. And you know what's wild about it? What's wild about it is that all of us are yelling at him, and we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something goofy," and we're like, "Don't." Take Jordan Tyson. What are you doing? He's like,
I mean,
no,
to his defense, whatchamacallit, Price would not have made it to him. Price wouldn't have made it to him on his next pick. What was his next pick?
The 110. The 110.
The 110. Yeah, he wouldn't have gone. So he traded with me to get what's his face. Omar Cooper.
So he trades out of the 110. So what ends up being what was supposed to be Fernando Mendoza in the 110 for the 105 and Chase Brown ended up being Jadarian Price, Denzel Boston, Katron Allen for Jordan Tyson and Chase Brown.
Oh man, that is an all-time bad trade. That is an all-time bad trade.
Okay, here's another bad trade that was happening in the back end. We are getting to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We hit Mekhi Lemon, and I start chatting with Newman behind the scenes. Newman's like, I kind of want Josh Jacobs. I'm hearing rumblings all offseason that Josh Jacobs might be on his way out in Green Bay. That he's getting older. He's a little one-dimensional. They like him as a runner, but he's kind of on the hot seat. So I'm thinking, I was already nervous about Josh Jacobs, and he straight up texted me, I want Josh Jacobs. I'm like, okay, what's it going to take? And he's like, I'll give you all of my picks this year. That was his whole sell. And I think he had like 211,
111.
311, 411, and 111. He's like, I'll give you all of them. And
No,
then we
I
start getting
had
into a bit-
211.
Oh,
I had
you had
211.
Well,
He
he
gave
had
you one.
111
He had
and
111, 311, 411. And I was just like,
Yeah,
no, I don't
yeah.
want 311, 411. Give me your first round pick for next year and your first round pick this year, and you can have Josh Jacobs.
Get the
You got two
hell.
fir-
No,
Wait,
I have his
Dude, that's
2027
where-
first.
Hold on, that's where it started. And Newman was like, dude, I don't have my first round pick for next year, otherwise I would have given
Oh.
it to you. And I was like, it's not gonna happen, bro. So for like 2 picks, so it gets to Casey Concepcion and Sadiq. Sadiq gets picked, and I'm just like, now I'm feeling nervous because I'm just like, my 3 picks were Sadiq, Stowers, and Omar Cooper Jr. And then in the meantime, Newman texts me. He's like, "Fine, I'll give you my first, and then I'll give you my second next year." And I was like, "All right, that's fine," because I think Omar Cooper Jr. is getting to me. In the meantime, this dumb mother right here, Wase, trades to 110, and he picks Omar Cooper Jr. right from underneath me. And I'm like, and then I had a cue. Emmett Johnson was right underneath Omar Cooper Jr. I couldn't have done anything else at that point. And then Nadeem texts me. He's like, "Do you want out of 111?" And I'm like, the next time Nadeem was going to pick was
I had 112.
because
I had 112.
were you trying to get one?
I was trying to get 2. I think you had 202. Yeah, I was trying to get 202.
Oh, you were trying to get 202, and then okay, yeah.
I was trying to
so
get
I was
every
just like-
single pick in the second and third round up
Yeah,
until
so at that point,
3.
I was like,
3,
no,
4.
I'm sticking here. I'm grabbing Emmett Johnson. I kind of liked him. I liked the upside on him, but that was the whole. I was like, I kept it cool on the live, but when Wasi picked Omar Cooper Jr., I literally wanted to shit my pants. I was literally like, my goodness, I just gave up Josh Jacobs.
You know what's funny? When I told Uzi, I was like, I'll give you 201 and then 301, right? And I was like, give me 3 and 110 or whatnot. He goes, okay, that's a solid trade. Because I'm gonna get like early second round picks and an early third round pick. He was like, but I'm trying to draft Ty Simpson. So I'm like, bro, don't worry, no one's gonna get Ty Simpson. I think you'll have a chance in that 201. Literally right before he's picking, the deep takes Ty Simpson. Bitch out of Uzi, man. Poor guy. Oh man, that's so funny.
Man, what a draft.
Yeah.
What did you end up? You ended up coming away with Jeremiah Love, Omar Cooper Jr.
Omar
and who
Cooper.
else?
Nick Singleton,
DeJon
Dezon
Striblin.
Striblin, and then Justin Jolly. I traded back into the 4th round to get Jolly to make sure I got him. So yeah,
That's not
I think I
bad.
did a good
You
job.
ended up. Nothing
Not a
you
bad
picked up.
draft. I got Tyson, I got Simpson, and I got Zach Branch, and I got Oscar Delp.
Solid.
No, oh yeah,
That might
Delp
be a
got out
starter
from
in
underneath
New
me. Yeah.
Yeah. When'd you
I
pick
ended
up
up
Delp?
taking. He picked him up in the 4th, I think. Yeah, top of the 4th.
Yeah, I got Delp.
Oh,
in the
right
fourth.
before me. Yeah, I had Delp and Jolly both on my my queue, but you took Delp. So
Yeah.
I ended up taking Emmett Johnson, Ted Hurst, Mike Washington.
Jeremy Bernard in the third is a steal.
yeah.
That was solid. I was glad that he
Yeah.
ended up slipping to me because
I mean, the one guy I
worried
really
about the jump.
wanted, I was literally debating taking Antonio Williams at 112. It was between Antonio Williams and
damn.
Ty Simpson, and I was like, I can get Antonio. I'll have to trade, but I can probably trade for a pick, and not a single person would trade their pick with me. Not a single person in the 2026 NFL draft class. I could not get a
Where did
single person to swap 2s
Chris
or
Bell
3.
go?
Chris
Ah,
Bell
Chris
went,
Bell
in the middle of the
second.
second.
yeah.
Second? Yeah, right here. Abrar.
Yeah. I got.
Oh, I
one
ended
of
up
the four
having
guys.
Carson Beck too. That was random. Yeah, I got Carson
Yeah.
Beck as well.
All right.
Oh, and
Well,
Brendan Thompson. Yeah, I had a few.
that's our show. A little peek into our fantasy world, but good show, guys. I'll post
Yeah.
the draft grades onto our Instagram. You can find us there at Into the Wild NFL. But for Wase and Adil, I'm Nadeem. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.